Welcome to the future of software engineering. In this video, we'll show you how Atrieon, our intelligent project management agent, works hand in hand with Devin, the leading AI software dev agent from Cognition Labs, to transform your entire development cycle. Get ready to see how effortless task management, real-time oversight, and parallel agent collaboration can supercharge your team's velocity. Let's dive in. So we worked with the Cognition team to create a new agent-to-agent interaction between Atrieon as PM and Devin as software engineer. This is the first and only transparent agent-to-agent interaction that's supported by Devin. We already see signs of Atrieon enhancing the leverage that Devin can provide. We flag tasks that we think Devin will be good at, and we'll refine this as the devs at Cognition improve Devin. We catch when Devin gets stuck early, keeping it cost efficient. And we intercept the communication by managing Devin directly, so you're only pinged when your input is actually needed. Key to an agent's success is understanding its capabilities and the likelihood of it being able to complete a particular task. Atrieon will identify at the start of the sprint which tasks have the appropriate isolation, complexity, and specificity for an agent to have a high likelihood of success. Once that's done, Atrieon will ping you and ask if you would like to engage an agent on that particular task. We'll also get an estimated cost and time saving from Atrieon based on what it sees in the Jira ticket. So let's show what that looks like. I'm going to engage Atrieon alongside Devin on the same task as before, but with acceptance criteria that was created in Atrieon. Here, Atrieon is going to kick the task off, and it's going to triage those questions that would usually come to me. Understand how this would work in parallel if I had 10 Devins or 20 working on different tasks. Before, that would become my full-time occupation. But here, Atrieon can answer most of the questions, and if it can't, it will raise those questions to you. We can watch the proof, as Devin asks a series of questions about the codebase, the console app, and the purpose of what we're doing here, that Atrieon quickly triages and gets Devin on his way. Atrieon also reviews the extensive plan, and lets Devin know all the requirements are now covered in the plan. Meaning all I must do as the user is simply create the ticket, ideally with Atrieon, and Atrieon will handle this interaction, let me know when I need attention, and also shut down the agent when it believes the agent has finished its task. Atrieon will then ping me to review the pull request, and I can see that based on my acceptance criteria, the code actually has completion proof here, so I can quickly review this PR. Atrieon's management of Devin gives you intelligence about what tasks Devin's going to be good at so you can reliably plan. It keeps the spend efficient and brings you back your time to do other work uninterrupted. But let's take the scenario where we have a large task. In the current ecosystem, agents will try and handle almost any task you give to them, even if they have a relatively low chance of success. If we look at this task leveraging Atrieon, we split this task down into 7 subtasks, and we're able to then use Atrieon to identify which of these subtasks can be completed reliably with agents, and then begin the process of getting agents to work on these tasks. Once I added the task to the backlog, I received a ping from Atrieon mentioning that if I did some work on the task, it might be capable for us to parallelize and run this task with an agent. So I went over to the Atrieon web app and in a couple of minutes had a full dependency graph about everything that needed to be done to complete this task. I went ahead, exported this to my Jira, and have it now ready in my preferred task tracking tool of choice. Shortly after, Atrieon, who's monitoring the backlog in real time, sends me a message saying that we can save approximately 20 hours of development time for around $30 to $50 in compute by leveraging our agent technology. So I tell Atrieon to get started on that. So we've gone from a task that Devin has a very low chance of completing correctly, which would require a ton of time to check and troubleshoot, to a relatively reliable execution costing around $30 to $50 and taking 6 hours of time. But it gets better. Atrieon is designed to be a team manager, and this means Atrieon can spin up and manage a team of Devins to complete that same work in a third of the remaining time. We've carved out the 6 key tasks involved in linear integration, and because Atrieon understands the dependencies between these tasks, we have the capability of executing them with agents in parallel, meaning at the same time. Let's see this in action. We're now looking at 6 parallel threads, handling all the tasks involved with our linear integration plan without user involvement in parallel. Atrieon is working in each thread to evaluate the plan that Devin creates and keep the scope of what it's supposed to do on track. Atrieon is regularly following up with Devin to ensure it understands the status of completion at all times, and it also acts as a contact point for me if an intervention is necessary. The potential impact of this technology on a team's sprint is significant. A team is typically working on multiple stories in parallel. With Atrieon and Devin combined, we can pick apart the key tasks within those stories that can be handled by agents, and take these off the team's plate, massively increasing team throughput. You may think it would become confusing to manage 30 agents at once, but Atrieon will have up-to-date information on what every agent is working on, every task, and their progression through that task, via the chat, so you can simply have a conversation with Atrieon to hear about your team of agents. We also surface this information in the Atrieon activity view, outlining each action that Atrieon is taking at various times and giving the user manual control if necessary. Transitioning back to the agents, we can see 3 of them have reached pull request stage. When this happens, Atrieon will DM me directly with a link to the pull request so that I can take a review. Taking a look at these pull requests, we can see that Atrieon has kept Devin much more on scope, and in consequence has returned a series of much more manageable and digestible pull requests towards the larger goal. These are much more manageable to review and much easier at providing iterative value. Thanks for watching. If you're already using Devin, Atrieon can help you get the most out of your experience by minimizing the noise, keeping costs predictable, and enabling large-scale usage with intelligent control. And if you want to uplevel your entire team's planning and collaboration capabilities, we've got you covered. Join our waiting list for early access and visit Atrieon.ai, and let's build the future of software engineering together.